One thing that's extremely important here in North Carolina with our clay soil is aeration. There's a couple different types of aeration that can be done. One is going to be your standard, well, spike aeration, we'll call it. I've got a lot of customers who insist on doing their own aeration, and a lot of times it's just something they'll hook to the back of their riding lawnmower, pull it across the yard, and it is literally a rolling mass of spikes that just drive into the ground. Unfortunately, it's not the most effective means of aeration. The better way to do aeration is what's called core aeration, where you actually have a hollow tine. It might be a similar roller setup. There's all different sorts of aerators, but ultimately for core aeration, you want that hollow tine that's going to pierce the ground and then actually remove a core of soil and lay it back down on top. That's the far superior method of aeration compared to spike aeration. The reality of it is a lot of times with a spike aerator, it's almost like if you were just to hammer a nail into the soil and then pull it out. That's not doing anything to really relieve compaction. Truth be told, because you're displacing that soil from that area, you're just and not giving it anywhere to go, you're just pushing it out and making everything around it even more compact. So not a big fan of spike aeration. The core aeration is definitely far superior. You also get some additional benefits from core aeration in that when you pull those cores of soil up and you drop them on top of your, I'll say, the thatch layer, the microbes in that soil help eat their way down through the thatch, decomposing that thatch, and you're not getting that benefit when it comes to spike aeration. So definitely recommend core aeration. When you do it, it's going to vary. When you're talking about doing core aeration for warm season turf, you usually want to look at doing that, we'll say sometime once it kind of comes fully out of dormancy and starts to hit its stride as far as growing. We usually like to do it kind of the tail end of May, June, and really through July. You can do it. We don't like to do it much later than July because you're not getting as much bang for your buck, because that grass doesn't have enough time to recover and thrive afterwards before it has to go dormant. But the process of doing that core aeration with warm season turf, not only are you relieving compaction, not only are you breaking down thatch, but you're cutting all the rhizomes and stolons and thus kind of encouraging that grass to spread outward, especially if you're watering it. A lot of times, we'll do a core aeration on a warm season lawn, and a few days later, the lawn goes brown, and the homeowner or the customer may look out and think that the lawn's dead or been severely damaged by the aeration. And truth is, it has actually been damaged in a sense by the aeration. When you open up that soil, it's easier for it to dry out. When you cut those plants, it's stressing the plants a little bit. So you really want to get that water on there to try to counter that. And really that's how you're going to get the most bang for your buck, is by giving it good water after we've done a warm season aeration. So we already established that warm season turf wants to be aerated in that like I said, late May through basically July timeframe. When it comes to fescue, traditionally you're going to do your core aeration in September, October timeframe. And that is usually done in conjunction with seeding. The core aeration, while you've got all those great benefits of relieving soil compaction and breaking down thatch and helping nutrients and transfer down to the root zone, you get all these great benefits to this core aeration. One of the biggest and most important for us in our area anyway is to act as a means of preparing a seed bed. You're doing something to help create seed to soil contact. So it's extremely important. that you go ahead and do that seeding in conjunction with the core aeration, so that you can really take advantage of it. It creates that seed bed, gets good seed and soil contact. All around is a really, really good and really important practice, because let's face it, by the end of summer, fescue lawns can be flat out ugly. And truth be told, if you're paying for a service, you really need to look at investing in core aeration and seeding.